Good morning, Jim Laird joining you live from Darialmo, Nicaragua. I hope you're doing well today. Let's get going live on Instagram. There we go. We are now live on Instagram. Hope you're doing well today. The topic for today is how to build resilience. Okay, this is one of my favorite topics, and I think I'm often misunderstood because I'm constantly talking about rest and taking care of yourself and getting outside. But really, the goal of all that is to be more resilient and to be able to push harder when you need to. Okay. Yesterday, I have a lot of my schedule's being thrown around. So I think right now, I think 8 o'clock is going to be the 8 o'clock my time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern, is going to be my time that I'm going to consistently get on these lives. Yesterday, I pre-filmed an episode on women and strength training, but I set it to release, and for whatever reason, it did not. Oh, my dogs are going crazy. My cleaning lady just arrived. For whatever reason, it did not go live. So here we are. I think 8 o'clock is going to be my new time. So let's jump right into how to build resilience. Okay. First of all, we have to understand how resilience is built, not only in humans, but in animals and nature. Okay. Babies, they play with their feet. They start by rolling their head back and forth. They look at the ceiling. They start playing with their feet. They roll, they crawl. All these things get them ready for the next level. Then they stand up, they fall down a couple times, and then they teach themselves how to walk. And then children, through play is how they build resilience, and then they develop their brain. Okay. That low level to moderate level activity is what builds the foundation for more advanced, more stress. Essentially, play, low to moderate level activity. If you look at high level gymnasts, they spend hours, if they're trained properly, they spend hours walking on their hands, climbing ropes, doing the things, doing hops, jumps, single leg stuff. They do the stuff they need to do to prepare their body for the tumbling, to prepare their body for the event. Look at Usain Bolt, look at high level sprinters. They spend hours and hours doing low level to moderate activity to prepare themselves for that quick. Usain Bolt always talked about how he trained 6 years for 9 seconds, essentially, right? So what's happened in modern life is the moderate level activity has been taken out. People are sitting all day. They're in front of a screen. Their sleep is messed up. So when people come to me, and humans are very resilient, they can handle all sorts of stuff. And there's always going to be those outliers that don't sleep, that don't take care of themselves, but are able to push and reach high levels of performance. You see it a lot on Instagram. You see these people that look amazing. They look like they're doing great, but you don't see the blood work. You don't see them behind the scenes. I can't count how many times I've had people that look amazing on paper, but behind the scenes, they're a complete wreck. So how do we take somebody who's basically dug a hole for themselves, which is pretty much, people don't come to me unless they're not happy with where they're at. My clients don't come to me because I'm like, everything's going amazing. They come to me because they're not getting what they want. So the key to getting good, sustainable, long-term results is building capacity, building the bottom level of the pyramid. And we can do this through walking. We can do this through general warm-up, general low-level activity every single day, and then adding the appropriate amount of stress into the situation. A lot of times it's dialing back training, upping the self-care. The purpose of it is not to turn you into a Buddhist monk. The purpose of it is to get you more resilient so you can handle more stress when you want to and when you need to. A lot of it is, I deal with a lot of, housewives or busy career women, busy career men as well. A lot of it is about managing time. How much time do you have? How much time do you have to invest in your preparation, in your body, right? And so a lot of it is, I'm not a parent, but I don't know how many kids I've taken, 30, 40 kids from like the age of 11 all the way through Division I college. So I have a pretty good idea of how working with kids works because I've worked with hundreds of them over the years in groups, on teams. I can tell you, if you want to have successful children, there's 2 things you have to do. One is you have to get them comfortable talking with people, older people, get them comfortable in social situations. Get it so they can be confident and speak and engage with people. That's one. Two, they have to learn responsibility. So you wouldn't believe the number of ladies that I have that are, have 4, 5, 6 kids, and their children are not doing anything to help around the house, right? So having that conversation like, hey, I need you to help around the house. I need you to help clean up, giving them that responsibility, giving them some duties, giving them some chores, outsource some of the things so you have time to take care of yourself, to do the things you need to do. Busy executives, we might need to hire an assistant, or we might need to hire a chef or somebody to do your laundry. These are all things that is on an individual basis. But the whole goal of this is to increase daily activity, and it doesn't have to be insane. Walking outside 3 times a day, taking 10 or 15 minutes to do a floor warm up. These are all things that over time build the lower level of the pyramid, and then we can sprinkle in intensity to get the adaptation that we want. And our modern world has pulled us away from that. We don't cut the grass anymore. We don't go outside. We don't do manual labor. Most people spend 97%. Most people spend 97% of their day indoors. Most people spend all day in front of the screen. I'd be the same way if I didn't batch what I do. I have an hour for this, I take a break. I have an hour for this, I take a break. I take a 10-minute break. I do a walk. I jump on a rebounder for half a minute. I move around, I do some breathing drills, and I work some more. And then I go and I go for a walk, and then I do some more. So I work these things into my schedule and into my day so that I continue to have high capacity, so I can choose when I go to train 2 to 3, maybe 4 times a week max. I can handle the intensity of training, and I can actually recover from it. Like, that's the key. The key is, can you recover from it? But if you're living a life of scrolling and on the screens, and you have constant stress, and you're never relaxing, and you're never making time for quiet, some people can get away with that. Most people cannot. So once you've gotten yourself in a bad place, you have to do the work to go back, learn how to slow down, learn how to relax, and then build the capacity to handle the stress. Rommel, be nice. My young dog is harassing my older dog, and so I've got a 20 something year old pit bull who some days he looks like he's going to live forever, and other days he looks like he's going to die tomorrow. No. And then of course I've got my young guy who's about 6 or 7 months old, maybe 6 months old, and he's just has boundless energy. Luckily, there's other dogs here on the farm that wear him out. And big observation with these puppies, when they're growing up, they play all the time. They're constantly play fighting. They're constantly running around, and they're learning. They're basically building the capacity to handle high amounts of stress. When they have to sprint, they have to chase something, they have to do something. They have the capacity to do it because they spent hours and hours playing. When I was growing up, I spent hours riding my bike. I spent hours playing outside. We don't do that anymore. People today are much more fragile. From a resiliency standpoint, now we've extended life expectancy from, modern medicine through drug interventions, through traumatic surgery. If you break a leg, if you get in a car accident, you have a much better, birth rate. The deaths have gone down significantly. That's what's extended life span. But quality of life, if you look at an 80 or 90-year-old here in Nicaragua, I've got a 90-year-old that lives down the street. He's riding horses every day. He's literally, I see him taking his grandkids on a dirt bike to school every day. And I'm like, how old are you, man? He's like, I'm 90 years old. It's like, and he's been doing this, he runs teams of oxen. He rides horses because he's been active. I see him out clearing the fields every day. He's like, I work every day. I get up, I do what I have to do. That has been taken out in modern Western civilization. Everything has been outsourced, and you don't get the low-level activity that you need to build the foundation to handle high-intensity work or stress. So the idea is more low to moderate level activity. It doesn't have to be a ton, depending on what you want to accomplish, so you can handle more stress. That's basically what it comes down to. And it's just a matter of building some habits. I know this isn't sexy. I know it's like, it's not the 6 steps to miraculously cure all your whatever, or, 6 steps to six-pack abs. That's not how it works. It's great for marketing. It's not great for results and reality and time. And it's about building habits that are sustainable over time and getting enough low-level activity into your life so that you can choose what you want to do as far as driving adaptations, right? And so if you're able to build resilience and build capacity, you're going to have to go into an emergency strategy less and less and less. You'll be able to produce energy more efficiently if your circadian rhythm is in order. If you move well, you'll be more efficient. You won't use as much energy all the time. And when you don't have that base level of fitness, your body has to just work harder every single day in order to accomplish basic low-level things. So if we raise that capacity, then we can sprinkle intensity in from time to time. So it's a matter of building habits. It's a matter of reinforcing things over and over and over again with people. And that's basically it. It's not sexy. It's not fancy. It's just a matter of being consistent over time. And people need reminders and they need accountability. So if you'd like to join one of my groups, vitalitybrotherhood.com, you can join the men's group. I have a women's group as well. You can join that. This show is sponsored by Pharaoh, Charles Mayfield. If you go to pharaoh.shop, you can check out his lard skin products. I know it sounds weird. Just type in lard and skin in ChatGPT or on Google. I think you'll see all sorts of great stuff of what lard can do for your skin. Especially the ladies, you want a natural product that doesn't have a ton of chemicals in it. You can go to pharaoh.shop and use code JIM15 to get 15% off. That's everything for today. Let me check Instagram, make sure there's no comments or questions. And that's it. I am off to the races today. I've got going to be going to Messiah, got some calls. And so, lots of things going on. So you guys have yourself a great day. I will see you tomorrow at the same time. This is going to be my new time, 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Nicaraguan time. I'm 2 hours behind Eastern now because we don't do the time change thing. Have yourself a great day. Make sure you get outside. And just remember, it's all about building resilience by raising capacity and sprinkling in intensity from time to time to get the result you want, whether it's function or aesthetics or whatever it is that you're trying to do. You need that foundation of capacity. You need to get fit. You need to get in shape to train, to handle intensity. And then it's up to you. It's up to us how much intensity we want to sprinkle in. And I never put limits on people. We train. Women, particularly that have never trained before, they are shocked at what they can accomplish in time if they have a good base level of capacity. So have yourself a great day. Make sure you get outside, and we'll see you tomorrow.